I want to invite you to walk with me, not metaphorically, but literally. In 2014, I walked 206 miles along the River Thames, and then 198 miles across Zimbabwe, and 180 miles through Holland. And during COVID, when the world stopped, I walked virtually around the globe. People often ask me, why? And the honest answer is, I don't walk to get somewhere. I walk to meet someone. On the first day of my first walk along River Thames, a woman fell in step with me. I did not know her. She did not know me. We didn't plan to meet. But we all together, we walked for 4 days. We talked about what we were building, about our purpose. And we also talked about the gap between the lives we were living and that we were called for. That was over 10 years ago. She now runs a small charity in a village in Zimbabwe, putting girls to school. We didn't plan it. We just walked in the same direction. Most of us do not lack compassion. We've just learned to walk past it. We live in the most connected era in human history. But despite these connections, the relationships which actually change behavior and shift lives are becoming more uncommon. Business struggle, not because they've got bad ideas, but the right people never meet. Children grow up in care, not because people who would love them don't care, it's because they've never been told they're needed. Community stalls because the right person with the answer and the right person with the question are standing in the same room, but they never speak. Connection is not happening fast enough, and the cost is measured in lives. A few years ago, I wandered into a cafe near a museum in Vietnam. Inside, I noticed 3 women, one cooking, one serving, and one learning. And behind the cafe, I could see about 20 women learning and focusing. The cafe was a social enterprise. It was training women, many caught up in reoffending behavior in the criminal justice system, training them to become chefs. The cafe was their classroom, their income, and their way out. The cafe did not start with any funding. It started with someone noticing who was being walked past. Remember, most of us do not lack compassion. I walked in as a tourist, and I walked out with a story I tell today. This is the thing about purpose. It's everywhere. We just learned to walk past it. Over the past 45 years, I have been building social enterprises in UK and in Africa. And one thing I've learned is this: purpose is the most powerful connector there is. When 2 people share purpose, barriers break, backgrounds, geography, status. The simple question is, how can we build this together? Purpose creates closeness, and connection faster than any network will ever do. I work in fostering, and I've placed over 5,000 children with my foster carers in UK. Right now, UK needs 80,000 families to foster these children. Not because they don't care, it's because no one has ever stood in front of them and said to them, you might be the person a child is waiting for. Let me tell you a Christmas Eve story. At 7 p.m. in the night, I got a phone call from a local authority social worker with a mother in hospital who's been sectioned under the Mental Health Act. She didn't have any family, any friends, but 4 children, aged 6 months, 18 months, 4 years and 7 years, with nowhere to go. The social worker said she would like to place these children nearer the mother after Christmas. In desperation, I called one of my foster carers, and she said, yes. That was 25 years ago. Those children still live with her as adults. They call her home house. This happened from 1 year on Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. I could tell you 1,000 stories just like that, where children arrive with uncertainty and they leave knowing where they belong. Imagine families, each one of these fostering a dozen children in their lifetime. Millions of world changed. Not through policy, but through one conversation, one phone call, and one yes. We don't really need grand strategies. We just need to start walking. Walking towards the person you've been meaning to call, walking towards the community you've been meaning to serve, walking towards your purpose you've been carrying quietly for years, paying attention to the questions you almost didn't ask, staying in a conversation which feels a little bit uncomfortable, a bit longer. Remember, most of us are compassionate. I want to leave you with the same invitation I started. Walk with me. Not because I've got all the answers, but because the answers are out there. In the people you haven't met yet, in the connections you haven't made yet, in the lives you haven't changed yet. The answers are there, the people are ready. So the simple question is, who are you gonna walk towards? Walk with me. Thank you.